Hello, everyone. I'm Jim Longworth, and welcome to another edition of Triad Today. Actually, it's our 800th edition, and we're so glad you're with us. We're also appreciative of the folks at the Senior Botanical Garden for letting us camp out here and be our home away from home. We'll tell you more about them later. Speaking of later, that's when the roundtable group gets together. We'll talk about all sorts of controversial issues, so stay tuned for that. But first, we want to start off talking about insurance and insurance claims and what's happened if they're denied. And we have two experts with us. On my immediate right, David Daggett, of course, attorney with Daggett Shuler, and sort of social distance behind him, his partner Griff Shuler with Daggett Shuler. Thanks for being here, guys.
Hey, Jim, I want to interrupt quick.
What's that?
Griff and I were just talking this morning. We are so proud of you and so excited for you on celebrating your 800th show.
Well,
It is
thank you.
fantastic.
I appreciate that.
You've been a tremendous contributor to our community, and there's balloons and flowers over here.
I appreciate that.
Quite a celebration.
I appreciate
Yeah, we
that.
appreciate it.
It's a real milestone.
Just
really
Griff, I think, sent an email thinking that 800 was my age. So, but no,
Well, I
thank
was
you.
trying to calculate your age
That's
from
right.
that. Yeah.
That's right. No,
I added a zero.
Yeah,
on
that's
the
right.
800 maybe. I don't
Smart
know.
aleck.
I
What
don't know.
what a smart aleck. No, I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah,
and
congratulations.
thanks for
That's
being
awesome.
thanks for being a part of this.
Yeah.
All right, now let's I want to talk
Shift
about
gears.
this. Yeah, well, I want to talk about this life insurance thing. Understand a couple things, David, and just everybody jump in where you want to. We talk a lot about life insurance, but very seldom do you see ads or documentaries or anything about what happens as soon as someone passes away.
Well, let me tell you the problem. Is in the United States, there's more than $1 billion every year of life insurance that goes uncollected. And that's just the ones we know about.
The benefits go
The
uncollected.
benefits go uncollected. And that's just the ones we know about. So I would say it's probably billions that go uncollected. And that money was intended to take care of your family, your loved ones, your kids, provide for education, or even just provide for your funeral. And it goes uncollected. So it's a major problem, and a lot of the uncollected benefits are because there was a denial, either based on a technicality or based on the insurance company just stuffing the poor people,
Right.
and they don't know that there's any recourse. Or sometimes it's a policy through an employer, and the company gets acquired by another company, and the paperwork gets screwed up somewhere along the way. All those things can be tracked down and handled.
Well, now, Griff, I'm wondering, are there restrictions on how and when family members can start to claim? It's sort of a clouded memory for me when my parents passed. I know we had a lot of paperwork and things to do. Fortunately, things went smoothly, but are there restrictions on these kind of things?
Usually, Jim, once the family member passes away, one of the first things is that you usually have to have a personal representative or administrator of the estate. So there is some type of paperwork that they're probably going to require. But as David said, the sad thing about this is that people pay premiums, a lot of times for years, pay the premiums in, and they assume that when they pass away, their loved ones are going to be able to collect on those life insurance claim that they've got, and then it's denied.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, from a legal standpoint, unfortunately, I have two attorneys here to ask this to. It seems on the surface of it that if you pay in premiums, how can somebody not honor the claim?
Technicalities, thinking you won't fight back, or a mumbo jumbo on the paperwork, that didn't get done properly. The other thing that I think is important to know in these claims is they can be governed by either state law or federal law sometimes a combination. Sometimes there's federal regulatory statutes that require action to be taken earlier on than in most cases. So once you have a life insurance policy and it's been denied or a delay in payment, you need help and advice as soon as possible.
All right,
Delay could really hurt.
So you don't want to wait around with that.
You don't want to wait around.
And any quick advice, just give me a few seconds on advice you might give people if they're starting to buy a policy?
Well, if they're starting to buy, you obviously want to go with a reputable company. But I think one of the things is to try to make sure, from a practical standpoint, Jim, try to make sure that your family members know that you have the policy, and so that they're aware of it. Because obviously one of the key things that happens with some folks is they don't even know the policy exists.
Yeah, exactly. It can really be a family
Have
mess.
have a
too.
place for your important papers and let your family member know where your
Know
important
where it
papers
is.
are.
That's great advice, seriously. Up on screen, daggett@shulerlaw.com, or you can call 724-1234. Please, there are a lot of information and questions that these guys brought up, and I can tell you from experience, follow that advice, will you? And give them a call. You may need them to straighten some things out for you. Guys, thanks for doing this.
Happy 800.
Yep.
Appreciate it. All right, I think I had didn't I have a paper in here I was going to hold up?
yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
That's 800. Okay, so we did that. Not my age. We'll be right back after this.